Hey y'all. So, The Angel of the Odd, Edgar Allan Poe's comedy, is one of my favorites, and I believe it's horribly underrated. So today, let me tell you about it. The entire story starts and finishes in the same place, although there is a change of setting a few times, but story begins that our narrator is having a nice dinner in the late evening in some time in, I think, November, and he's reading the paper, having himself a nice, drink, alcohol, and he sees in the paper that there is I'm trying to remember, it's been a little bit, that there was a story about a man who had inhaled a blow dart and it had killed him, and he's like, the narrator is just, there's no possible way something so stupid could happen. No possible way. So, he's just kind of like, oh, this is all bullshit, etc., etc. And then he hears a voice. He's like, the voice is like, in a German accent, I'm trying not to say like a lot, saying something around the lines of, oh, you don't believe something like that could ever happen? And then the narrator finds where the voice is coming from. It is, if I remember correctly, the body is a barrel, the head is a cigar box with a funnel on top, and the arms are bottles of alcohol, and the legs are kegs. And so they have a little argument, a little back and forth, and then the narrator gets really just tired, fed up, assaults him with a salt shaker. He dodges and it hits the clock, breaks it. Narrator doesn't realize this. And so after the Angel of the Odd just fucks off, the narrator is like, well, it's still early, I'm gonna catch a little Z's before I have this appointment. And he misses his appointment. He overslept because the broken clock, he misses time. So he's like, okay, I'll just go back tomorrow, no problem. He goes to sleep, and he has a dream of the Angel of the Odd, and the Angel of the Odd is, pouring all this alcohol down his throat, and it's, I guess, torture. But, in the middle of the night, a rat had carried off with his candle, and ended up his house burning down. And so, people had a ladder up against his window trying to get him down, and as he's coming out the window, a strange pig comes up that looks oddly like the Angel of the Odd and rubs its shoulder up against the ladder, and the guy falls off and he breaks his arm. But he's more upset that he lost his hair and getting singed off in the fire. So now he's like, well, I'm out of a house, I lost my hair and I broke my arm. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna marry a rich woman. So he's walking down the street one day, and this lady, this very fine lady, I think it was a widow, very rich woman, walking down the street, and he goes to doff his hat at her, and a particle had gotten into his eye, and it makes him accidentally ignore the woman, and she's like, you have no chance now. 1840s, I don't know, but so now it's okay, now I can't marry rich, I'm all fucked, my hair is gone, my arm's broken, I'm just gonna end it all. I believe the exact line in the movie, in the novel, is, short story really, the exact line is, something something, it is high time to die. I don't remember exactly, it's been a little bit, but he wants to go throw himself in the river with all his anguish, and there's some crows eating some brandy-soaked corn, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna kill myself the way I came into this world, naked. So he gets his clothes off, and he's just shaking off this mortal coil, and then he sees one of the crows taking off with his pants, and so he runs after one of the crows, only having his jacket covering up his junk. He's like, wait, come back. It's I find that funny. And then he trips upon something and stumbles into a basket. I think it was a hot air balloon. Yeah, a hot air balloon basket. And lo and behold, the Angel of the Odd is there. And after all of this, he's like, so, you don't believe crazy shit like this can happen? And now, singed off hair, broken wing, butt-ass naked, is like, okay, I get it, let me down, let me go back home. He's like, okay, shink. And I think, actually, no, he was holding onto a rope on the thing. He cuts him down, and he falls through his chimney, and there he is, right where he was, having his dinner. And I'm sorry if I remembered the story wrong. It's actually, like I said, been a little bit. Now, I love this story personally. It's easily one of my favorite Edgar Allan Poe stories. I need to stop with this. Well, I love it because not only is it a comedy, it's just like the dark comedy, the way it's written, it's very, like, I think it just has the comedic timing, even though it's like the 1800s, you wouldn't, I don't know, I don't think comedy would translate that well, but I find it did. And I'll leave a link in the description below if you wanted to read this for yourself. I highly recommend it. Poe also has other comedies, like Never Bet the Devil Your Head and The Spectacles. The Spectacles is actually one of my absolute favorites. I'll have to cover it again another time. Until then, thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.